Hey, what's up everybody, Josh here. So last week I did a video on 5 tips to increase your bench press, which basically focused on building your foundation and creating the proper form and technique that you need to implement in order to properly execute the bench press, which will in turn allow you to build on that foundation, increasing your weight. If you do a lot of bench press, you're only going to make it so far when it comes to increasing your strength and your numbers in that exercise. I know it's weird, but bench press being a compound lift, there's a lot of other muscles that you need to integrate and strengthen in order to increase your strength in that specific exercise. So this video today is going to offer you a few exercises that you can implement into your chest routine. So let's get started. From my perspective and doing some research and also from my own personal experience, what I found is that when it comes to your bench press, you kind of have some weak points. Right, and for those of you who have tried to increase your numbers or tried PRs, you'll notice that most of the time when you fail, it's at the beginning of the rep or at the top of the rep, right? Top 80, 90%, you kind of get up there and then you drop it. Well, that is kind of what we want to do when we're talking about these accessory exercises to increase our numbers, okay? So the first few exercises I'm going to show you are going to be to increase that explosive strength at the bottom of your rep, okay? So if you recall from part 1 of this video, one of the things that I talked about was driving through your legs as you're pushing through the bench, and always try to have that explosiveness as you're executing the beginning portion of the repetition, okay? The second set of exercises I'm going to help you with are going to be the upper portion of your rep. And a lot of times with those exercises, what you're including is just things like resistance bands or chains to increase the resistance as you're performing the repetition so that the top end of that exercise is strengthened. So the first exercise that I want to go over is the floor press, okay? So this can be performed with either barbells or dumbbells, okay? There's advantages to both. The advantage to the dumbbell floor press, in my opinion, outweighs the advantages to the barbell floor press. And the first reason for that is because the setup is easier. You can pretty much do it anywhere in the gym. And not just that, but it gives you the freedom of movement in your wrists and your shoulders to prevent the possibility for injury, as well as to teach you to keep your elbows tight without causing issues with your shoulders and your wrists. Getting set up is pretty straightforward. Okay, all you want to do is put the dumbbells on your hips. Engage your lats first, tighten up. And when you're ready to roll backwards, just roll backwards into position. Now, the first thing that you'll notice when you get into this floor press position is that I have the ability to turn my wrists here and position them in a way that's going to allow me the most flexibility for my shoulders and my wrist. And you'll also notice that by default, my elbows are already in position the way that they should be in accordance with the proper form. What I can do when I'm performing this floor press is not only help me achieve proper form when I'm executing the bench, but I'm reducing the chance that I'm going to be injured, okay? So the thing that you want to focus on when you're performing this rep is that explosive power out of the gate. Bring it up, and then bring it down until your elbows are in position on the ground. Up, down, until your elbows are in position. Okay? And that's the floor press. Just real quickly to show you the differences between the floor press and with dumbbells and the floor press with barbell. Okay? If you're lucky enough to have a setup like this in your gym, great. You can also use a squat rack, which is part of the reason why I suggest using the dumbbells, just because this type of equipment generally isn't available all the time in a super packed gym. Okay? But the idea is very much similar, except the first thing that you're going to notice is the wrist and elbow positioning is a little bit more difficult to achieve when you're doing a barbell floor press. But again, before you lean back, set your lats, set your scapula, okay? And then just like I mentioned in the first part of this video, your eyes should be lined up straight with where the bar is. Position your hands. And then again, now remember, the same thing with the dumbbell floor press is when you get to the bottom of this rep, you want to give it a little bit of a pause, okay? Now what you'll notice is you're going to start to feel a little bit of pressure on your forearms. Not too bad, as long as you're not going too much heavy weight. If that's the case, the key is to focus on the movement when your triceps feel that pressure on the ground. Okay? And then again, when you're executing the rep, focus on that explosive power coming out of the gate. Okay? You'll notice that with this exercise, you're going to be able to perform much heavier weight. Okay? But again, if you're going really heavy, make sure you're using a spotter, because there's no way of dumping this weight and you're going to find yourself stuck underneath it if you can't complete the rep. All right, so this exercise isn't necessarily one that I do on chest day, but it's by far one of my favorite, absolute favorite exercises to do on shoulder day. And I actually attribute this exercise to my shoulder, the size of my shoulders. So this is going to be a dumbbell overhead press, except it's with a slight variation, right? So a conventional military press is straight up, shoulders back. Okay? So one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is part of what gives you your explosive power out of the gate on a bench press is the strength of your front delts and your shoulders. Okay? Notice how when you're here, regardless of whether you're in an incline or flat, you're still engaging that front deltoid here. Okay? So what we can do is we can alter the conventional military press a little bit to not only be safer for your shoulders, but also to help you target your front delts, which is in turn going to give you more power out of the gate on your bench. Okay? So one of the things that you may notice is that this bench isn't straight up. Okay? You can see this one's at almost a 90-degree angle. You could even go as far as knocking that back one set or one setting, okay, and going at about, a 75-degree angle. Okay, either way, whatever you feel most comfortable with. What I typically do is I'll set mine a little bit back, like this, so it's a little bit more of an incline instead of straight up. But honestly, it's really what you feel most comfortable with. Doing it this way, I don't like to lean all the way back. I'll probably lean a little bit forward off of the bench. Again, it really depends on the equipment that you have in the gym that you use and what you feel most confident and comfortable with when you're performing the exercise. Okay, so I'm going with lightweight here. You'll also notice that doing this method is going to increase your numbers substantially. These are 60-pound dumbbells. I can easily rep out 120, 130-pound dumbbells on this exercise. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out the weight that you should be starting with on this. You're probably going to be a lot stronger than you're used to when executing just a normal shoulder press. Okay, so get these things up here, and all you're going to do is, again, notice my elbow positioning and my shoulder positioning when I do this. It's almost like a bench. Okay, bring it up, bring it down. Okay, now the thing that you want to make sure you're focusing on is a lot of guys will make the mistake of going to this 90. The benefit of using dumbbells is you have that ability to use your full range of motion. Okay, and one of the techniques that you can implement to even make it more difficult is like this, making sure that you're engaging the shoulder and the front delt when you're holding it in place. Okay, and this is very difficult to do. You can hear me huffing and puffing. Okay, so that's the overhead dumbbell press. I love this exercise. It's probably one of my favorites of all of them. Okay. The last variation that I want to go over when talking about increasing your explosive power out of the gate is a rest pause bench press. Okay. So the concept for this one is very simple. As you're performing this movement, believe it or not, there's momentum and inertia that's built up as you progress down and then you propel upward. Okay. So if you haven't noticed, a lot of times guys will try to perform their bench and kind of do a little bit of a bounce off the chest. You'll also notice that you have some spring in your shoulders when you pull them back, okay? So what we want to do by you doing the rest pause is we want to shut down all of that momentum that your body has built up, all that kinetic energy, and we want to do nothing but use your strength to lift this thing off your body after the pause, okay? So the concept of this is very simple. And the very first thing that I want to point out is when you get up here into this position, just like you learned in my first video, okay, and you bring this thing down and you set it on your chest, your body is immediately going to start going into panic mode. Like, oh my God, what the hell do I have on my body? I want to lift this thing off. So your instinct is going to want to lift it. So when you go down, you rest, count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you'll notice that your instinct is to drive with your feet, right? You want to get this thing off of you. So that's exactly what you're going to do. Use your feet and lift it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm doing this with really light weight, so there's not going to be as much emphasis on the foot drive. But you have an idea of how that works, okay? So again, between the rest pause bench, the floor press with the dumbbell and the barbell, as well as the work with the overhead press, this is going to greatly improve your strength as you're trying to start that bench and push out. All right, so for the first part of this video, I talked about some of the exercises that you could use to strengthen your power out of the gate. Build up that explosive power. The only thing that I have to add to those exercises is if you have a block, a 4x4 that you can use to set on your chest, one of the common ways and very well-known ways of building up that power is doing a block press. Unfortunately, I don't have one here in the gym with me, so I can't show you an example, but the idea is pretty simple. You have the block, and you're doing the rest pause on the block and executing the rep, okay? Again, the idea when you're doing these exercises is to make sure when you come out of the gate, you have a nice, reasonable pause time, and you are explosive. Focus on driving the legs, okay? Focus on pushing out of that rep as if your life depends on it, okay? So the last exercise, or the last two exercises that I want to talk about, the first one involves increasing your power and your strength as you're finishing the rep, okay? So if you haven't noticed already, I have a resistance band tied here, okay? It's pretty straightforward. All you do is attach the resistance band on either side of the barbell after you put the weight on. And typically you want to position the band on the bottom here in the same place going across your shoulders on the bench. So where your shoulders are going to lie, that's where you want the band to go, right? Because when you're pulling the bar over the top of you, you want that resistance to be even across your body. So when you're executing the rep, okay? So another alternative to using the resistance band, and this is something you'll probably see on Instagram videos all the time, is guys putting chains. But the idea behind both concepts is with a resistance band or putting a weighted chain, at the bottom of the rep is when the weight is the lightest. And as I'm progressing through this repetition, I'm increasing the resistance on this band, which is in turn making me have to push more weight as I progress through the repetition. And the same with the chain. As I'm lifting more chain from the ground, it's making the net weight of the exercise more, okay? So this is the same exact thing as a regular bench press, except the only difference is you're going to want to focus on doing a very slow and controlled movement as you progress through here. Again, earlier we talked about the explosive strength, focusing on that power. With this, you want to have a nice reasonable pause at the bottom of the rep and progress through this nice, slow, and easy so that you can get the most out of the increased resistance as you progress through the rep, okay? So again, get yourself in the proper position. For some reason, this bench press is a little bit too high for me in my T-Rex arms, but we won't talk about that. Okay, so as you're performing the rep. You'll notice the resistance decreases as you lower the bar. Okay, nice pause, push up through the rep. The other thing is it's very similar with cable work. You don't want to lock your elbows. You want to keep your chest engaged as you're progressing and performing this exercise. This is a very great way to finish out a chest day. Okay? And it's going to give you that strength at the top of your rep. Okay? More bands means more resistance. More chain means more resistance at the top. Okay, so try that out to kind of increase your power as you progress through there. The last exercise that I wanted to talk about for this video is going to be a huge surprise for everybody. We're working on our bench press, which is a chest exercise. But one of the biggest things that you can do to help build that foundation and make sure your shoulders are where they need to be is building up strength in your back and your lats. Which is why I like to use a modified version of a lat pull down or even just regular lat pull downs to strengthen that part of my back so that when I'm laying down in my bench press, I'm able to have that foundation to lay on and it's sturdy, right? If your back is weak, it's not gonna stay engaged when you're performing heavy bench, which means that you're gonna have a difficult time increasing your numbers, okay? So surprisingly, there's no lat pull down machine here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw in a quick clip of me talking about this concept from the gym a couple days ago, and then I'll come back at you. Contrary to a regular lat pull down, instead of doing it typical like you usually do, right, where you're going all the way down, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lean back. Keep your core tight, or exactly so that the bar is perpendicular to your chest, and you're going to hold that position and perform the exercise. Now, if you recall, one of the things that I've stressed a lot on during my bench press video was making sure that when you do a bench, you have a solid foundation. You're using your shoulders, squeezing your shoulder blades together to rest on top of when you're executing that bench press. So part of the reason why this exercise in particular helps you to build your bench is because the better and the stronger you have a foundation in your lats and your upper back, the better you're going to be off when it comes to doing that bench. Okay, so one more time. I don't have a cameraman today, so I can't show you from the side. But the idea is, lean back. And the thing is you don't want to move with it. Okay, you want to keep that your body position in place, and then pull out the rep. Okay. Now remember how I taught you to bench. You're doing an explosive at the beginning, and then controlled movement back out. Okay. Okay, so by now you should have gotten 6 awesome accessory exercises that you can use to increase your bench press. The next video that I'm going to record is going to talk about my favorite, my bread and butter, and my absolute, by far, best exercise in my opinion, the deadlift. Okay, so my goal is to, as we're progressing through this series of how-tos, we're going to do the bench, the deadlift, and the squat. So stay tuned for my deadlift video, and again, if you could do me the favor, if you haven't already, knock that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you can see my next guide. Stay vigilant.